Okay, in the video that I just finished, at the very end, I said that there are some ways that I, myself, and some of the other victims have come to terms with what happened. Because we cannot talk to her, because we will never get an apology or an explanation from her, we suckily are left to deal with it on our own and to reason and to find answers for ourselves, because we will never get answers from her. I doubt that she has them. I'm not going to speak for the other victims, but I will speak for myself. This is something that really helped me. Because I am never, and I just had to come to this conclusion on my own. Because we are never going to get answers or anything from her. I'm someone who cannot leave situations unresolved. I don't like leaving situations open-ended for eternity. A night, a week, fine. If we need to calm down and talk about it, that's fine. But to never have my last say with this person is hard for me. I want to yell at her all the time. I want to beat her up. But obviously I'm never going to get the chance to do that. So here's what I came up with. I don't want to credit Sarah with ruining my life, or with ruining anybody else's life. I don't want to give her that kind of power, because she doesn't deserve it. And she actually doesn't have it. I chose my participation in my situation with her. As I've said before, I could have stopped it at any time, and I chose to continue. That is my fault. What she did to me is her fault, but I'm not taking responsibility for that. All I can do is take responsibility for me. I want answers. I want to know why she chose me to come see. I want to know why, between her and I, she fought so hard for me, and every time I wanted to pull away, she would fight, and she would say, and I mean, she said this to all of her victims, but she said it to me too. No matter if you marry somebody else, no matter how far away we are, I will come get you. I will come get you. You are the one for me. And she did. She came to my house. And she tried to get me to leave with her. What if I had? What would my life be? I have to take responsibility for my actions. Because I'm not going to get closure any other way. And it may seem impossible to do that when there are so many questions. But what you have to do is let go of what she did and look at it in terms of what you got out of it. And that's all you can expect from yourself. And then you just have to let the rest go. And it's actually easier than you might think. And the way I did it was, I said, okay, I met Sarah the night I moved home from London. I was heartbroken. I was exhausted. And I felt like no one would ever want me. And she picked up on that immediately. And that's how she baited me. That's how she got in. And so that's why I fell for it. It wasn't my fault. I have every right to fall for whomever I want. The fact that it was an internet predator doesn't make me a bad person, doesn't make me a stupid person, doesn't make me a weak person. How was I supposed to know that she wasn't who she said she was? That's not my responsibility. I was who I said I was, and I remained to be throughout our relationship, and I remain now the same person I have always been. That's not her. So I cannot blame myself for that. I absolve myself of that responsibility. All I was responsible for was being an honest, truthful person in that instance, and I always was. So all the rest is not my responsibility, and therefore I don't have to feel bad about it. And people can say what they want about me. You know, it's like people who get duped into cults. There's a reason why cults are filled with artistic, emotional, smart, learned people, amazing people, because we all of us at times in our lives feel like we're not wanted. And the people that get in during that time, we're far more likely to hold on to than people who come into our lives when we're in sound mind and body. That's it. I just explained my entire situation. It's not my fault. It's not. And yes, I could have stopped, but I didn't. So boo-hoo. I got hurt. I was devastated. She tried to ruin my life. But I didn't let that happen. So if you are involved with a psychopath or someone you believe to be a sociopath or a psychopath, there are always little signs, stories that are too grand to possibly be true. Over-explanation, detail of every little thing. Try to think of what you did yesterday. Now, try to tell me about it. What would you say? Probably something like I would. I don't remember exactly when I woke up. I let the dogs out. I brushed my teeth. I was on the internet for a while. I don't know. Nothing really eventful happened. This is what Sarah would say. I woke up at 6:32 because I couldn't wait to talk to you. There was something in my mind that was just telling me to wake up. I think I have a purpose now when I'm sleeping. And I wake up earlier because I know that you're going to be up. And I took Pepper for a walk. And I came back and I got on to see if you were here, and you weren't here, and so I went and I got a bowl of cereal and I filled it this full, and then I watched this on the TV and I said so-and-so, exact details of conversation here to Andy, and then I did this and then I did that, detail. I mean, and when you relay a conversation, every single word is there. Not the idea of a conversation, not they said, and you know, it was like this, it's verbatim what it was. You know it's a lie. Our memories don't work like that. You don't remember every single detail of every single day of your life. And also, no one person is the victim in their whole life. I've been a victim a lot in my life, but I've also been on top a lot in my life. There's give and take. But to hear Sarah talk, there's only, you know, she was stabbed. She was shot. She was a psychology major, so she dealt with these people who are insane, and she had to go to jails and listen to men who have raped and tortured women tell their stories in detail. She worked at a suicide hotline. She had to listen to people in detail. None of that was ever true. She never did any of that. That was all from her imagination. But by the time that I was that far into it, I was just, I know that part of me always knew, and I let it go because I think I got a kick out of the fact that she was a pathological liar. I think I just got a kick out of it. I found it funny, and I found it charming, probably because she had already broken me down to invest in anything that she did or said. That's probably why. Because in my normal life, if I can tell someone's a pathological liar, I immediately cut them out of my life. I don't find it charming. I actually kind of try to bait them and get them to go back on their stories and get them to confront the fact that they're lying. But people like her always have an answer for everything. And you'll never trip them up. There will be little things here and there, but they'll always be able to explain them away. Anyway, my point of this video is, There are ways to deal with it, okay? You can't want answers from them. You have to find the answers within yourself. And the only way you can do that is to take responsibility for your actions. And that sucks, but I tell you what, it's also incredibly freeing to take full responsibility for your actions, not just in terms of relationships or with a cult or a psychopath or whatever, not just in terms of that, but in terms of everything. Your life will get so much easier, and you'll become a better person really quickly. I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh, I wanted to address, I mean, it's really far into this video, not that anyone's going to still be watching. I wanted to address the fact that I laugh in a lot of the videos. I think at the time that it was happening, I was in complete disbelief that it was happening. It almost became a story outside of myself. And so I was just, a lot of it, as I was relaying the information about what was happening, was coming from a standpoint of like, I almost would like float up outside of my body and point at myself and be like, you idiot, how did you ever fall for that? So the points where I'm laughing are me kind of realizing what I had fallen for and what I had done to myself, and it was just a way, I mean, it was either that or cry, and so I chose to laugh to help myself through it. So, okay, this video is almost up too, and so I'm going to say goodbye, and be careful and be well, and I will talk to you soon.